Are we up, ma'am?
Yes, we are.
Okay, it is Tuesday, March 16th, 2021. We'll call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Born and upward.
Minutes and reports received and filed.
The collectors, February 2021 fees were received and filed.
Okay. Commissioner Committee Liaison Reports, upcoming meetings and events.
I don't have a whole lot as far as meetings this week. There's a bunch of groundbreakings for different things.
Yeah.
JCMG and then River City Florist. And, Honey Creek has a drive-through barbecue Sunday. So put that out there. That's about it.
It's supposed to be a nice Sunday, too.
This afternoon, I have moderating a candidate forum for the West Side Business Association, council candidate forum. And Thursday is a Port Authority board meeting. Friday, we have a big vaccine event, I guess, again with Christie et al. And a Patriot Day board meeting for me. Cole County, where Jefferson City is going to celebrate Patriot Day on September 11th. It's Steve Surlock's got a group together. It's going to be quite an event. Basically,
yeah.
parade,
Cool.
exhibits. I think it's actually going to be a 2-day event
Yeah,
in September.
okay. Yeah, I had the groundbreaking JCMG. Thursday, there's a special chamber board meeting. There is a reception, too, that I'm hosting for our new judge that somebody has an RSVP'd for, so.
That's, I got 2 days to figure out if I'm gonna be there, right? When do you need to know, today? I'm gonna try to make it, Sam.
Okay.
Say hi and meet him.
Then, yeah, Friday, we got a lot of fun over at the Link, which is good. And then Monday at 8 a.m., we've got a WebEx with our medical partners. So that is all I've got there. Appointments by commission. Appointment of Matt Pringer to Campo Technical Committee. We have here.
Order of the Cole County Commission appointing Matt Pringer to serve on the Capital Area Metropolitan Planning Organization Technical Committee. Motion to do that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You're officially in.
Add it to my list of duties.
Now, they tell you about initiation and everything?
That's still a secret.
Okay,
Report to the sheriff's office on 891.
Bring rubber boots.
yeah. You talking about the tattoo?
I forgot that one.
Okay. Congratulations. Okay, commission comments, bids and contracts, discussion of phone service bid for video visitation for county jail.
I'd like to take that off the agenda for now.
Okay. Signing of outdoor warning consulting purchase agreement.
This is for the outdoor warning siren. It's just a purchase agreement with Outdoor Warning Consulting. The total is $34,445.
And this is the one that was turned into insurance.
Okay. Yep.
Make a motion to sign the purchase agreement with Outdoor Warning Consultants.
Second?
That's it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Agreement with JCR EP.
I have it.
Okay.
Busy.
A motion to sign the agreement with, between Cole County and the Jefferson City Regional Economic Partnership.
Second. Is that for a portion of the payment then, or is this the contract with them and it's got the stipulations in there for the quarter? Okay, thank you.
It's like we used to do with the chambers.
Okay, that's what I thought. Y'all were working on some, ironing out some details, so, all right, thank you.
Okay. And contract with Gratz Real Estate.
Well,
is
we
that-
better
Got to
vote on that.
Oh.
sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we're gonna postpone,
Yes, I don't have one.
okay. Signing a vehicle purchase for Public Works.
Okay, this is the vehicle that you approved last week, the half-ton Chevy pickup with Don Brown Chevrolet. There is an agreement to sign. It's an acknowledgement of security interest and assignment. And so what this basically is for public agencies like us or larger companies that buy several vehicles, fleet vehicles, and that have a PO, purchase order process, to be able to, for them to deliver this truck before they actually receive the payment. It's kind of a line of credit or a grace period. Matt visited with Jill on it, and she approved this, so it's just signing the agreement in. So any future purchases we make with them, we don't need to do this again. It's covered. So recommend approval of this. And it was so they can deliver the truck today, not receive payment until next week or after the payments are processed, which will be the later part of this week.
You have the form. You got any questions on it?
No.
No, I think we approved it last week.
This is a vehicle we visited about last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have to vote to sign the purchase agreement, or,
The acknowledgement of security interest and assignment.
okay. Make a motion, we sign the acknowledgement of security interest and assignment with Don Brown Chevrolet.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Bid award, Business 50 West Improvements, Project 2018-301-1.
So we opened bids on this project on Friday, got some really good bids. Don Schneider's Excavating is the low bidder in the amount of, actually, there's a couple different items. We had a base bid, there's some water line, or some water main replacement work for Water District 3, and then there's an alternate that we are going to take, which is using a virgin asphalt instead of the BP or the wrap mix. And so the contract amount will be for $3,268,409.07. Engineer's estimate was a little over $3.5 million. Our budgeted amount was $3.25 million, so just a little bit over our budgeted amount, which was done last year before final design was completed. So, like I said, it's a good bid. Don Schneider's did the first phase of the project. They're familiar with the work out there, familiar with the road. We're excited to get this project going, and we would recommend approval of this contract with Don Schneider's for the amount that I mentioned earlier, and excited to get the project going. Is there any questions?
Nope.
No, looks good.
I'll make a motion to approve and sign the contract in the amount of $3,266,409.07 with Don Schneider's Don Schneider's Excavating.
Did you say 3,266,000 or 268?
I'm sorry, $3,268,409.07, right.
All right, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, unfinished business. Discussion of postage balance due for Medmo COVID boxes. We talked to them again, Jill talked to them, and I feel like they have performed they brought all the boxes to Jefferson City, so, to me, they performed what they were supposed to do, and, after that, who knows, but, we owe that money, and I think we need to pay it, so.
We still have probably 3,000 boxes out there at the EMS, or the Emergency Services Building. Then I took, delivered some individuals out. I took 100 or so down to St. Francis Xavier, about the same amount to St. Stanislaus in Wardsville, and then probably 75 out to St. Thomas. And that was part of the agreement, that they were gonna be delivered. If they weren't gonna get delivered, we had about 3,000 less boxes we would have to even pay for.
Well, I don't know if that's because of the addresses we gave them, but
I guess that's where my hang-up is it wasn't our job to give them addresses, because there's ways to find out.
I believe that under the terms of the agreement, we were to provide them addresses. And we provided some addresses that weren't good enough to get the delivery.
So all of them on state lettered routes were not good enough for them to be able to deliver, to get cards for?
Whatever the format is, I looked at the list of, believe it or not, 3,000 addresses, and those were all on it. And I have no idea.
That's what I saw too. I saw
What the
they were on
post
it.
office's problem was with that format of those addresses, how they were provided, but they kicked them out.
But I feel like it's their job to make sure they get delivered. The company we're dealing with. That's how it was presented, that these are gonna be boxes they're gonna put together and get sent out. So however they got them sent out, whether they did them by themselves or through US Postal System or, well, I don't care, FedEx. That was part of the deal. And they should have been delivered. And here we are, hung up with still 3,000 of them or so.
I don't dispute that there were many undelivered boxes, but I agree with the presiding commissioner that the vendor complied with the terms of the contract, and I'll make a motion to pay the balance due per the original contract.
and I will second it.
So their contract said it was gonna be delivered. They had one price in there for a delivery price of, I don't have it in front of me, apologize.
So we talked about it 3 different times, but the balance of those 3 changes was $470,664.
But they also had a price in there for delivering one box.
When they quoted the original boxes, they did put that it would be like $3.19 a box, because at that time, they didn't know how many households we had. That was just the generic quote they provide everybody, and then you have to insert the number of households.
Well, they knew how
you
many
had.
boxes to bid, so how many, wouldn't you know how many times posted? They took 30,000 times the number of boxes, the number of touches per box, the number of handouts.
I think that was the
So,
estimate,
it
just
would-
looking at our area, it was
Well,
33,000.
no, they screwed up. They didn't put, it should have been 30,000 times the postage on there. I mean, there's, no matter how you look at that. Because on the bid, that's what it had, was one person, or one.
They did on the original bid, it just had one.
But we approved the postage separately,
And it said postage subject to change
yes.
on the agreement.
So then take that $3.19 off there.
don't know what you're looking at.
Well, hang on, I'll find it. Actually, I got it right here. Yeah, $3.19.
So-
Estimated shipping USPS final delivery per box $3.19, so that should have been
So
times
that
the 30.
$3.19 is not listed on their invoice. That totals the $476.64.
So the $476.64 is for how many boxes?
36,000.
36,000.
I think we gave them more addresses, and I think that's what they, because we provided the list.
Yeah, and it had all the addresses on. I've got the list right here that Melissa sent to him, and it's got all the lettered routes too. It's routes M, W, and B specifically that are in my area. I didn't get one. Had phone calls again this weekend they didn't get them on Route M. So, and they were on there. It was their job to get these out there. If they were gonna just deliver them to our front door and then we had to take care of getting them to the post office and such, then that's a whole different story.
No, they delivered them to the post office.
Well, yeah, and even 4 months later.
There's a motion.
So.
I call for the question.
36,000
Okay.
was, 36,000 was what, we had number of boxes, that should be times 9,644 each. So that's what we're paying, is $347,198.40, something like that.
Here's the invoice.
And that does total the 3 different times that were brought to the commission.
Sorry.
For approval.
Nope, here's shipping on there, $343. Why are we paying shipping on here? They didn't ship it.
Yes, they
Can I
did
get
ship
a copy
them,
of this too?
but anyway,
No,
okay.
this is shipping. They're gonna charge us $3.50 to bring 36,000 or 36,000 boxes from Festus, Missouri. $20,000 or $124,000. I could have rented a couple of trucks and got them here for that.
Well, why did you sign the original why did you agree to that contract?
Because I thought they were all gonna be delivered to people's houses. I didn't know they were gonna dump them here and then we're gonna be stuck with 3,000 of them.
The vendor was not required to deliver them to people's houses. The vendor was required to deliver them to the post office,
No,
which they
shipping,
did.
USPS.
Yes,
And that goes to
USPS,
people's houses. It
Yes.
goes to people's houses.
yeah.
That's not to ship each one of them to us at $343. If it fits in a box, you can ship it for that to everybody. We could have sat there and filled them out ourselves.
I called for the question.
Yeah, we're never gonna agree. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
So you're just gonna
Opposed?
pay this.
Yes.
Nay, you're just gonna pay this.
yes.
Pay for non-delivered product. That makes no sense whatsoever.
The vendor complied with the contract.
Oh, absolutely not. That is not. 343 times 36,000, we can knock off, probably 6,000 of those that haven't been delivered.
Did the
And then
motion
actually, they
carry?
overcharge us for how many boxes.
Did the motion
we really
carry?
need.
Motion carried.
Let's go to the next order of business.
It did carry. That's great.
Okay.
That's perfect. Can I have this copy?
Yeah.
Or can I get a copy?
Okay.
That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible business.
Okay. New business, accounts payable review.
$30,000 or so.
I'd ask for approval of accounts payable pending review.
Motion to approve accounts payable pending review.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approval of the new county COVID guidance, and I have a really fancy,
So as you've probably been noticing, if you've been looking at our website, the numbers for positive COVID cases in the county has dramatically
let's-
decreased. When the original advisory was issued in November, we were, I don't remember how many cases we're getting today, probably over 100, and the hospitals would have about 40 patients total, in each hospital, inpatient. So, like last week, I think our high number were Tuesday, we had 10 cases. The rest of the week were, single digits. Yesterday, we had 6, and that was from Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So positive cases has decreased to the point where and people seeking testing has decreased to where the 2 hospitals have even shut down their mobile testing sites. They're just testing in their outpatient clinics because the demand is so low. On yesterday's call with the hospitals, Cap Region had 0 COVID patients in-house and SSM had 1. They've changed their visitor policy to allow 2 visitors per patient. I looked at the website yesterday for that COVID vaccine.mo.gov website. Has a lot of good data on there about the vaccine, and Cole County is at 21.3% vaccinated for COVID. So it's a little confusing because that's the total population, not the eligible population. But we're at 21%, and then we probably had at least 10% that tested positive. So I'd say that our community immunity is probably more than 30%. I just received the Deloitte report that we get from DHSS. I'll send it to you when we get back, but that has more of the vaccination data, and it's showing for Region F, for the eligible population, we're at 51% now. We're the only region that's over 50%. We're still leading the state. Region F is still leading the state for vaccinations. The closest other region to us is at like 44%, I think. So Region F is doing very well because of our partnership, and during the calls that we have on Mondays with the hospitals and the city and county leadership, we've been talking about, okay, when is it time to not have that advisory in place because the community spread level is so low. And we issued that in November. It was really a call to action because we felt like we were kind of at a tipping point where we might have to put some more public health interventions in place if we didn't do something. And now we're in a really good place, so it's time to relax a little bit. The schools are lessening some of their restrictions on attendance, sporting events, and like I said, the hospitals they're revising their visitor policies. The nursing homes are letting visitors in. So with this lifting of the advisory, it's more of just guidance, general guidance, and it talks about, I don't know if you want to read it, just talks about the general things you can do and to get vaccinated and things like that. So that's
it's really about the same, other we kind of changed it from advisory to guidance, but talking with the schools, Blair Oaks has not had a COVID case since February 11th. No teachers, no students, but this is the Cole County and the City of Jefferson COVID-19 guidance. Did they approve it last night, do you know?
I did not attend the city council meeting,
Okay.
and I tried to look on their website, but they didn't have the
Okay.
link posted, so I'm not sure.
Okay, well, anyway, it's, thank you all for your efforts. Our work is not finished. With the number of COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations on the decline, we are pleased to step down out of an advisory status. Currently, we still need your help continuing to slow the spread of the virus. Cole County and the City of Jefferson recommends that every person in Cole County stay at home if you are sick, practice excellent personal hygiene with an emphasis on hand washing, physical distance from others outside of your household. If you must be in prolonged close contact with someone outside of your household, wear a face covering that fits properly over your nose and mouth. Encourage physical distancing within office buildings and allow telecommuting if possible. Host gatherings in a safe manner by following recommended guidance. Continue to offer and utilize low contact shopping methods, including curbside delivery, and allow for distance between seating and restaurants. Get your COVID-19 vaccination as soon as your phase tier is activated. Visit colecountyhealth.org or covid.vaccine.mo.gov for more information. Stay up to date in the latest guidance at www.health.mo.gov. Together we are slowing the spread, but we need everyone to continue. And then they've got a quote from Carrie and me. This is meant to be guidance as our community progresses through the next phase of this pandemic. And then for more information, visit the CDC website. And Missouri Department of Health or the Cole County. But it's really not that much different from our advisory, but it's just a guidance now, so.
I mean, it's all out there already. What do we need
Yes,
to do this
yeah.
for? Did the advisor expire, or do we just
No,
need to
it
remove
did
it?
not.
No.
That's why.
So why don't we just remove the advisor?
Well,
Be done with it.
we signed this, and then the city of Jefferson also approves it, so we're lessening. We never did do a mandate. We did the advisory. Now we're going
I know, why don't we just
from
remove the
advisory
advisory?
down to guidance.
There's guidance all over the place. So are you gonna recommend that everybody in here get a shot? You recommend
No.
that I get a shot? That's
No,
what I'm
it's
saying.
your,
It says everyone recommends that you get your COVID vaccination as soon as your phase 2 is activated.
this is
So
a
you're
free
recommending
country.
that people get it. No, this says you're recommending that every person in Cole County get it. So, I think you just need to let the advisory expire and be done with it. You started it today.
You started it today.
Oh, God.
I want to make a motion that we adopt the guidance dated March 16th, 2021 with respect to the pandemic.
I second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
So
Not
for
gonna
the
win
event-
anything today.
Yeah, for the event on Friday, it is another National Guard supported event. We did give the opportunity for all Cole County staff, teacher or school staff to register first. I know people keep saying it's a teacher event. It's not a teacher event. It's a National Guard supported mass vaccination event. We gave the school staff first opportunity to register, so that's bus drivers, food service. It's everyone that works at the school. It looks like we're gonna have about 1,000 of them, so we'll have more appointments. And then we have some utility companies that will also get registered, and then all of the open appointments, probably later today on our website, there'll be instructions on how to register. And we did get some elected officials as well. And it's
Yep.
Got it.
Pfizer.
Required for- It's Pfizer.
So if I vote
Is it
no, then I
required
don't
or
sign
is
it.
it for vaccine?
Nobody can require it because it's an emergency use authorization vaccine, they can't mandate it.
I see.
And the weather's gonna be good. We got rain for 2 days, and then Friday's gonna be nice.
And the governor's supposed to be there,
Yeah.
7:45, Dr. Williams is
Yeah.
supposed to be there as well.
And Carrie's
And
gonna
the commissioner of
get
education is supposed
vaccinated.
to come in.
She's gonna be our poster child, so. If you, see, Jeff, you could be the county's poster
No,
child.
thank you.
I know.
Okay.
You get yours already then?
Yes.
We'll get your second one then. You can be the
I've
poster
heard
child.
that.
Your second
Okay.
dose at the first dose today, you messed up our count.
Well, all right, I tried to get you in there.
Okay. First reading of budget adjustment number 4.
Okay, this is for $14,437.50.
You're gonna like this one
This is
too.
the law enforcement fund. It is for the bulletproof vest grant. It's the 50%. No action today. Bring it back up in 10 days.
Is that on there today?
I'm gonna just
Sorry.
bring it up
Yeah, you don't have to vote
as,
on that.
as correspondence. Yeah, we don't have to take any action.
No.
Okay, Jeff and I are playing.
No.
Okay.
I was
Fir-
trying to pay attention.
First reading of budget adjustment number 5.
This is for $10,000 even. This is for Public Works. They had received from surplus property equipment that they have sold over the amount that was budgeted, and so they want to put that back in their budget. So no action today, and that'll be brought back up in 10
Okay,
days.
okay. First reading of budget adjustment number 6.
This is for $23,600. Again, this is for the Public Works Fund. This is for, let me get this right, money they received on Deer Creek Road from Eastern Pipeline Company. And so the money will go in and come back out. But again, it wasn't budgeted, but we'll bring it back up in 10 days.
Okay. Sole source ad approval for Zoll Medical.
I just need approval to run a sole source ad for Zoll Medical Corporation. It's for EMS's maintenance agreements on their ventilators and battery program.
Yep, fine.
Motion to approve Zoll Medical sole source ad.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we had the county treasurer discuss county investments. Eric heard that Jeff was being difficult today, so he wants to postpone that. So anyway, sheriff to discuss bid amount for feasibility study on expansion of the Cole County Jail.
This is the agreement
I'm sorry.
that we asked Architects Alliance to come up with. It is for $83,000 for the basic services, $5,700 for the additional, and then no more than $10,000 for travel for the experts. No, was that experts? You used a different word. Yeah, okay, experts. And of course, this would have to come out of my contingency because I don't have that in my budget.
Carrie, you ballparked this some months ago at more than 50 and less than 100, and that's where it is, right? Is that true? Accurate? Okay.
A good memory.
Yeah.
A motion to engage Architects Alliance per the proposal dated, we're going to date it today, for the jail expansion. Feasibility study, I'm sorry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
JCPD CAD to CAD project with Boone County.
So this is a pass-through grant. You guys actually signed off on the application back in January. It was approved by the 911 Service Board in February. It's a total of $52,000. The money would come to us because of the way the 911 Service Board, and then we would turn around and funnel the money to JCPD 911 dispatch. This is for their CAD-to-CAD interface between JCP 911 and Boone County. So if they lose their 911, Boone County will pick it up, and they're doing the same thing. It's vice versa. And here's a copy of the original application if you want it. It's up to y'all.
No, I don't need it.
John, why don't you put it behind it in the record?
Okay. Not my notes because you can't read it. It doesn't say anything about you, Jeff, as far as you know.
I'm good with it.
A motion to approve the project agreement for the Missouri 911 Service Board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, approval and signing of easement to Ameren property located at Public Works Facility.
We were approached a couple months ago by Ameren wanting to acquire an additional easement area through our property for the replacement of their high transmission power lines that have been on our property, maybe going back to before we built out there. So we've had these through there for quite a while. The existing easement is 66 feet in width. They're replacing the lines, and as I understand it, when they do that, they want to acquire the standard 100 feet through any area. And so they've approached us to do that. We've reviewed it. We don't have any issues with this. We've built out around this knowing the power lines are there, and so it doesn't conflict with anything that we do. Jill reviewed it as well. And there's actually a payment or a compensation for this in the amount of $3,689. So we'll get payment for this easement if approved. So like I said, we've reviewed it. We've had these lines through our property and worked around that, and it doesn't present any issue to us. So I'd recommend signing the easement to, it's actually Union Electric Company doing business as Ameren, Missouri. Is there any questions?
Is this the same one that, I think it was back in January, that
Yes.
you emailed about, and we already had 100 foot of right of way in there or whatever?
Oh, yeah, Jeff, we, actually on our drawing that we keep on our property of all the improvements we made over the years, we showed 100 feet already, so not sure why we had 100. Come to find out it was only 66, so we've been working under the assumption that it's been that for a while. So this really doesn't present any change or issue to us.
You don't want to decline the dollars as a result of that, right? Misunderstanding?
Correct.
Okay.
We actually get a bonus if we sign it early too, so I've never had one of these happen where we actually get paid for an easement, so.
All right.
So I go for it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Motion to approve the easement modification with Union Electric Ameren at the Public Works property.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I may have cut Kerry off too soon. Ask if Kerry gave her people.
Oh.
He's back.
Carrie, did you have more you wanted to?
I don't know if I cut you off or didn't give you a chance to visit with us about the feasibility study, Kerry. The sheriff and I and Brian visited with you several weeks ago in your office, but is there anything you'd like to add to the discussion?
First order.
Maybe you want to step up just so everyone hears you.
Instead of talking to the microphone. And remember, they've already signed it, so we're good.
Say whatever you want.
First order of business would be to meet with the full range of staff, sheriff's staff, jailer, patrol, maintenance, IT. So that would be our first task, would be to meet with those folks and start getting input. At the same time, we'll be evaluating the existing building. I've already distributed the original documents to all the team members. We're ready to go.
Do you have a timeline on this?
Without any input from the owner, I would say we're talking about early summer, early to mid-summer. Some of that is subject to availability of staff for interviews.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you,
All right,
Kerry.
Thanks, Kerry.
Discussion of panic buttons.
Well, Donnie Schulte threw this in my lap, so I'll do the best I can on this. So, these are the panic buttons. We have them in this building and we have them in the courthouse building. We purchased them twice now, one in 2005 and one in 2013. We did get an agreement or a quote from them to either stay with the ones we have and to go with a warranty for another 2 years. They are 8 years old now, and that's the point where we did buy new ones the last time. So I would suggest that we go ahead with the warranty for 2 more years, and it does include them coming, checking all the batteries in them, and checking the main battery that controls all of them. So, and Donnie thought that was a good idea, that we should just go ahead and do this. The total cost is $2,051. So, and they would like to add 3 or 4 more panic buttons. And those are within the new courtroom, and I think there was one other one in Larry's office. Your desk or something. Couldn't find one on your desk? Or something when they moved desk or something?
I think we already had that.
Did you already add that? Okay, maybe Donnie may have been confused, but he had mentioned
We
it.
had panic buttons in the recorder's office. We used to have 5. They just, 2 of them, they took back 3 or 4 years ago, and now we only have 3. I'm not sure one's even.
Okay, and that's what they're going to do, is check to make sure they're all working. As far as who got them and who didn't, that was a call for the security guys, or the bailiffs, when they came around. I mean, sure, you could entertain more of them if you want. It's up to you guys.
They're going to be on site and see what we have, see what's working, what's not working.
Yes.
Maybe make recommendations to add.
Yeah, I can tell Donnie that, I can tell him to get a list, make recommendations where you want them added.
Well, we do have a new courtroom, so that's obvious, right?
Yeah, because this bill would just be for the 2 years maintenance and checking the 60 that we already have.
60?
60.
And I think the recommendation is too, for them to check those at least once a year. I would do quarterly, but do once a year. You could, that way you can hit the buttons and make sure they're all operational, so that the time we find out that they don't work is when an incident occurs.
Do you want me to test ours now?
Do it.
Supposedly the batteries work for 3
No,
years.
I don't.
If you push it, they will come.
I know.
It does say 60 of them.
62
62,
batteries,
sorry.
replacement batteries.
Yeah, so there's 62 of them right now.
And you said you were adding
No.
2,
He said that they would
Buttons?
need to at least add 3 to 4 of them, but that was before.
but that's not on here.
No, that's just on my sticky note down there. That's not on that bill, no.
Okay, so what are you asking us to approve today?
Just the bill that you got in front of you. The $2,051
For a 2-year warranty.
for a 2-year warranty, 62 batteries. Come and check them all and replace the main battery that hubs them all. That hubs all the things together.
So warranty covers the batteries themselves, so if the batteries fail, then we get a new battery, is what you're saying?
Yeah, because we haven't paid them anything since we bought the system. I think I've seen,
Well, I paid them last time.
yes, Larry did pay for the bill last time.
Are you thinking we're 2 years away from a look?
Yes,
And
I'm
what-
surprised they didn't approach it that way this year. Since the last time it was 8 years, it's been 8 years now. So, but they're giving another 2 years. I can't tell you what to me, it doesn't seem like much could go wrong with those, other than they don't work, you know, then you have to replace the whole thing. The button,
They go wrong.
they go wrong?
They either, they work or they don't work, or digital, so.
No.
Brian probably can talk about it better than I can. Brian?
How much do the new buttons cost?
They were about 15,000 when we bought them the last time.
Each button?
No,
No.
for all of them.
Oh.
Divide that by 62.
We'll just hire somebody to stand there. So 15,000 for how many?
62. We may have had 1 or 2 along the way. So about $241 a piece.
Okay, well, I'm just looking at the warranty, and if the buttons do go bad, then it wouldn't take but about 4 of them, because the batteries are cheap. How many have we had replaced in, like, every 2 years? You got any idea?
I don't remember. We haven't spent any money with that company since they're on the sticky, what we've spent with them.
Do we test them periodically?
That's a Donnie question, so I can't
It was
answer.
about 2 years ago, I think, when they came through, redid them all.
Okay, so they would come through
Yes.
and test them all. And yeah, I'd hate to sit here and just be pushing the button.
Yeah,
and-
that,
and,
We accidentally tested ours about a year and a half ago. They came.
It worked? Good.
Did you have a copy of this?
No.
Oh, I'm over here hogging it,
No.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Was it attached to the agenda? Or this just come?
No, it just says discussion of
I don't
panic
think I
button.
did give it to Melody to attach, sorry.
All right. Well, the warranty was, just a little under 1,000.
Right.
And if the buttons are $240 a piece or whatever, I'm curious how many of them go bad. The batteries are $3. They're inexpensive.
It would appear to me that we're married to these folks for 2 more years unless we want to go out and reconfigure but if they're satisfactorily doing their job, Sheriff?
System works, you have to talk to Donnie, about actually the security of the courthouse, but we get the button activations and we do respond.
And Donnie recommended
He
this?
recommends, yes.
Okay. I make a motion to engage Secure Tech for a 2-year warranty on the panic buttons at $2,051.
Second. That's for the batteries and everything in there.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
There's a transfer for it. Sign
Oh,
that one.
okay.
You can get that out of the way.
Okay. Do we have anything else to come before us before we go into closed session?
Just some unfinished business. BKD has sent an agreement for The rest of the CARES funding through the end of April, we'll bring that up next week on the agenda, and they'll be on the phone if you guys have questions before then, let us know. We have also reached out to them to do work on the next round of stimulus funding. If you guys want to change anything in that agreement, if you could let us know, we're gonna try and get on the phone and get a draft of that agreement as well to bring to you.
In the past, we've talked in terms of their fee being a percent, but it really isn't, is it? It's a per hour.
Right, right.
It just turned out that somebody did a computation of their fee over the total.
Right.
Was a
right.
percentage, okay.
Right.
And that's what we would perhaps look to engage them again for a quoted hourly fee?
Yes.
Okay.
They had their fee broken down into different services and different things.
I would assume it might be a little less because we've been through it before, got an idea, and they've got an idea how to deal with us. You know, while sausage get made for a little while.
And I think it depends on what you're really looking to do with the next round of funding. I mean, if you're thinking you're going to spend it in larger chunks and not give it out to as many people, there may be less work on their side with that review of applications. It just depends on what that looks like. So you guys may want to think about
I don't even
that.
think we know what we can
Right.
do with it, because before, I mean, Jefferson City's getting money, each community now is, I think, Wardsville's getting like 148,000 in this next round too. So, I mean, every community is getting money.
Did we get an official notice from the state of the amount or anything yet?
It's not going through the state this time, it's gonna come through the US Treasury. So we won't have the state treasurer. It is gonna be, they're gonna give us 50% this year, and then the other 50% within 12 months.
No, it's gonna be after 12 months. the way
Or
I
after
read it.
12 months, yeah, so,
Not within 12 months is the way it read, I thought.
or is it?
I've scanned it. The key date I thought was 12/31/24.
Is when
Which
we
is the-
have,
It's the deadline for spending at the
Yes.
moment.
Right.
So whatever that information is that you received, can we get a copy of that too?
yeah.
Did it come from?
It came from Mac.
Okay.
I think it was the one from Mac, or it might have been, yeah, but yeah, we can, because really, we haven't received anything
Official.
formally from President Biden, so,
You get that, we'll get that.
Yep.
yeah.
So that's the plan, but if you guys, like I said, have any input on what you'd like that agreement to look like, let us know, because we're gonna try and get on the phone with them later this week.
Especially since it expands over that many years timeframe.
Yeah.
It makes this a little different.
Yeah, we don't even know when the money's coming. That's what I talked to Central Bank. And they really didn't know how it was coming out either. I think they still thought it was gonna come from the treasurer, so, but.
So is there any action to take right now?
No, we just wanted to give you a heads up that that's on the horizon, and they will hopefully be on the phone to have more conversations about that next week on the agenda.
Okay.
And I will give you an update. We have about 6 projects that are still open in the CARES funding. So we are kind of waiting for that final dollar figure of the remaining amount. Right now, we're estimating 154,000's been freed up from projects that came in under budget. Add that to the about 60 that we have remaining that was left over from the end of the year. So we're right about 200,000. The plan is to take that as administrative for the health department salaries for January and February, possibly March, depending on when we can close all that out. We're shooting for the March 31st as closing everything out and reporting that in April. That's why their agreement goes through the end of April, so we can get all that wrapped up and finalized. That's the goal at the moment. Depending on those 6 projects that are still open, whether we hit that deadline or not is yet to be seen.
And the drop dead date is June 30?
Yes. We're trying to get this one, though, wrapped up before we start the new one.
Right.
And I did send you guys that agreement, and that will be on the agenda for next week. Again, that finishes out April for BKD, but we'll bring you something different if we don't hear from you between now and then. If you could pass along at least that thing you got from Matt.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
Forward it on to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay. I will do that. We need to approve that?
No, this is next week, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's next week, okay.
So this is what their estimated cost for, the fee arrangements?
Yeah.
The
way
estimated professional fees, 50,
That's for the remainder of the CARES project we're working
for
on.
the remainder, gotcha,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
All right,
Gives you an idea of how they bill. That last thing, that spreadsheet, gives you an idea of how they bill.
And they may come in under that depending on the activity between now and then.
how many questions we asked?
How long you argue.
Why would that come up today?
Do we have anything else? This is just for Jeff then. I received an email from Rick Mahalovich and the city, and they would like for us to draft a letter of support for the Rock Island Railroad recreational trail. We have 6 miles of Rock Island Railroad corridor that runs through Cole County. So they even wrote the letter for us, and I think the city, I received a copy of the city's, so they want us to, and I think we've discussed this before. But anyway.
I understand that Jeff is the expert on the Rock Island Trail.
He's gonna take me out four-wheeling, we're gonna go look at the tunnel.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Mahalovich said that you gave him a grand tour of
We
the,
took a tour, yeah. There were no trespassing or signs or gates up, so we just followed the railroad track. Or the lack thereof.
right.
So, we did tour it. I'm not sure that I'm necessarily on board with supporting the Rock Island Trail, but we did take a tour of it. So you're saying city signed one already?
Yes.
And they don't have anything in it?
No, but this is a letter of support you send to there's a list of, this to Mike Sutherland and,
Did he have a date that he would like to have this by?
no, I think,
Let's take it under advisement at this point. Is that all right?
Yeah, I got an email from him too, so I think you'll.
Right.
yeah,
it-
this is just a
it's
piece of
actually
mail
not
I
on-
received, so I'm just.
Okay, it's not on the agenda.
No, it's not
anyway.
on the
Right.
agenda, so, okay.
Cause I mean, there's a lot more to it than just a
Yeah.
trail. I mean, there's property
Yeah.
and things are,
Yeah,
need to be looked into, so.
okay. Do we have anything else before we go into closed session?
Nope.
I'll make a motion that we go into closed session pursuant to section 610.021 of the revised statutes of Missouri. Personnel issues under section 610.021 paren 13 close paren, and real estate issues under section 610.021 paren 2 close paren.
Second.
Roll call?
Harry,
Aye.
Sam,
Aye.
Joe.
Yes.
Okay.
Judy, when they come around, why don't you just tell them?
Uh,